Hello everyone, welcome to this podcast. Today I'm gonna talk about the topic is when people ask about God and the difference between God knows about everything and the free will. So some philosopher they said that if God knows everything frame to frame, then God also know what I'm gonna choose. God knows my free will, that I'm gonna be bad or not bad. So if God knows about that already, the what's gonna happen, then why God make it exist and waiting to destroy His creation? For example, He knew that this creation will gonna choose what, because for God can access anything. God can think, or God can know everything about what you're gonna choose. If God cannot do, that means He's not all knowledgeable. So if God knows before His creation that His creation gonna choose what, then what is the point to make it exist and make them in hellfire? So this question is actually one-sided because first thing, the the problem is in the definition of the God and a little bit of a knowledge about the existence, the universe, how it works. So in general, you are thinking the God knows everything, like future and past, and even your choose. So why God, knowing that the end result, and let it happen and call it as a test, right? So in a different viewpoint, if you know about the imagine when God created that. So before the creation, God knows every possibilities. So what I mean by that is the universe is not something called you are already creating the universe. Like for example, we need to have a clear understanding of the time. So the time, in a general context, when people think about the time, they think we're creating the time, where we have been past the past, and we're now in the future. I mean, we're now in the present, and now we're creating the future. So in a general context, it seems to be like that we are creating the future, that the future doesn't exist, and we're the one creating our future, or the future of the universe. So this is a basic thinking of when you think about like that. Most of the people think that we are the one creating the future because the future doesn't exist before. So, but in fourth dimension, if you know the fourth dimension, the time it represent, like space, and every frame is in static position, the rest position. So overall existence existing at the same time means all the thing you are thinking as a future is not actually future. It was the frame ahead you that you are choose, but the frame was already exist before you choose. So the frame was there, infinite frame. Between the infinite frame, you choose one of the frame that already exists before the, you know, like the thing you are thinking the time. So this is the first dimension. The concept of the first dimension is all the possible existence, the frames are existing in a static position. And what does it mean that the time is actually moving one frame to another frame? So the time itself is in a linear path that, you are moving like a traveling through it in a path, in a whole journey. The you can think about the fourth dimension as a path or maybe like, how can I say, like this, the fourth dimension is something like a basement, and the three dimension means like you are traveling through it, one point to another, you're choosing through it. So by that point of view, for you is, you thinking God knows those things, but at the same time, for God, um, the time is a little bit of different, because God himself is beyond the time, beyond the fourth dimension itself, and there is more dimension, more than the four. So even if you imagine the fourth dimension as a static behavior, so when you think about the knowledge of the God, means, doesn't mean like he knows exactly, that, I mean, he defined that you're gonna go to hell. I mean, he knows those things, that you are gonna go to hell, and then you you're going, and he's not stopping you, and he letting that, the creation, to let you survive on the hell, right? But I mean, the question is, he knows that his creation gonna not gonna go this way. By knowing that, he let it happen. So the problem is here, right? But the thing is, when we're talking about the choice, it means the whole responsibility is on you. Means, for God is not something like, um, God is not only, um, God is not with us like in three-dimensional linear path. God not like something, like, yeah, the result is this, right? The result is this, then the God, like, God knows those. So what I mean by that, imagine for you, like now imagine for yourself that, as imagine in any number, for example, you are a number like one, okay? This is you. So imagine now you have a choice that, um, like to choose between the alphabet like A to Z. So between those, you're gonna choose one, okay? You're gonna choose one. So you choose the number M, okay? So you choose the M, and you come close to the M, and the result for you is M, okay? So for your context, for your point of view, you choose the M, and the result is M, so you deserve the result of the M, what is in the M, right? But um, for God is already happened, that you choose A, you choose B, you choose three. I mean, you choose C, D, E, F. Each of the choose, if you choose, what is gonna happen, what's gonna be the result, and everything already exists. All the frames are exist for God. So imagine, the another possibility. I mean, the future already exists, right? As I told you, the frame and stuff, everything exists. That what if the frame, it's not something, again I told you, that we create ourselves, that yeah, I'm choosing the M, I'm choosing the O, I'm choosing the, like, NOP. I'm not creating that, but in fourth dimension, what I mean by that is, already exists the frame, that what happen if you choose already happen in static position. So, but from your perspective, you choose the M, but from God perspective, or the fourth dimensional perspective, you choose none of it. But the every possible condition exists at the same time. But for your point of view, from your point of view, because you are in a position, you choose the aim, and you deserve the result of what you have choose. So this is your responsibility you're facing on. So this is the difference. I mean, it doesn't mean, like I told you, that God already have all the experience, that God knows infinite possibility, that what you're gonna choose, what you're gonna happen, infinite possible combination of the universe. God can know that how each of the frame, and like every every frame and every position, if a man can do, then the end of the result gonna be what? God knows these things, right? So in an infinite position, as in, if you know the butterfly effect, then you will know that you exist already in the future in fourth dimension. You choosing your path in an infinite routes. So from that perspective, you're the I mean, you're the chooser, you're the wheeler. Like you cannot say yourself that I didn't choose. So this is the paradox, that God lets you test, that you choose, you will get the result, you know. So that means, from your perspective, you thinking you are the one right now is the original, but this is not true. You already exist in the past, that was also you, like the past frame. If you think about the 1 hour ago, your room, somewhere in the frame you were exist there, in somewhere in the frame. For example, you were standing on the window, so those frame was exist, you know. Oh, in the future it already exists, that all the frame. So it means, what I mean by that, present, you thinking present means you are alive, this is you, but that's not true. Present, future, and then the past was already, it was you too. So what I mean by that is, in fourth dimension, you are alive in everywhere, in every possible combination. But from your perspective, it's you, and you are the one chooser, and each of the perspective, they're gonna have their own result. So right now, this infinite combination, you are choosing your, I mean, like yourself. This is, you are stuck in one of the loop, one of the frame. So this is your responsibility, what you're gonna choose. You're gonna choose to be winner or loser, you both at the same time. You are not something like, um, imagine you are thinking, I choose wrong thing, and I go to the hell. So I God no, God no, God did it for me. God know that I'm gonna choose the hell. Why God didn't stop me? But this is the case, is not like this. You choose the hell, and you are facing the result is you, one of you, from the infinite you. But at the same time, from the infinite you, one of you is already in the heaven, that facing. So it's up to you. You already exist every possible combination. So right now the paradox is, you one of the combination, and you have a right to choose your destination. Like you're gonna decide which frame, or you're gonna choose to be you, like from the infinite you. Which one will you choose to be you? It's your hand, it's on your hand. So you cannot say the God did it, because one of you in first dimension, like one of you, it already exists in heaven, right? So the chooser is you, that in infinite paradoxical dimension, that you are the one have to choose to be the one of you, that what you want to supposed to want to be, right? So this is the reason you cannot blame to the God, that God know that you're gonna choose those things, because it's not something like this. God knows everything. For God, you choose everything from infinite possibility. For God already exists everything. You choose good already, because the frame exists, the infinite possible combination already exists in fourth dimension in a static frame. For all the frame exists. So for God, nothing is like beyond the, for God, you choose everything, okay? You choose everything for God. It's not in specific thing. But for you, you will deserve whatever you are choosing. So you are the one of you from infinite combination of you. So you will choose from this combination of you will choose where you should go, right? So from you yourself, one of the fourth dimension is a doctor. Yourself, one of the fourth dimension is a, lawyer or something. You have an infinite combination of you in a butterfly effect, if you know. So this what I mean, that you don't have to blame to God for that. As I told you, the definition of God, you gotta have to know first, okay? And then you also deserve it, okay? So this is the reason. I hope you understand my point of view, my philosophical thinking, and this is my perspective. What I think the reason is that between the difference between the free will and God know about the future. I hope you understand, and if you have your own thinking about that, you can also make a video, and I hope you're gonna send me the video of your link too in the description, I mean in the comment. So I hope you like that, my thinking, my my personal thinking of it. I hope you enjoy it. If you like this, then just hit the like button and comment your thought about it. Thanks for watching.